God created the earth and I created God. That is something I would say if I was the one behind Ghost Stories English dubbing, because that shit slaps. But that's not the reason why are we here, and since I don't like wasting time, as you could have noticed, I gathered you today to nitpick unimportant stuff from anime called Beast Tamer. Now, a lot of you probably know this one, but I still consider it stupid and you know what it means. Starting off with our main character getting kicked out of the hero's party because he's useless, which is something I've never seen before. And just for some basic info, this is Rain. He is specialized in beast taming, who would have guessed, and he's insanely OP. I have to admit I absolutely love overpowered characters, so I'm gonna add some bonus points just for that. But you don't have to worry about him since he instantly gets his ego polished by some kids. 3 times Rain, now show me something OP. And we don't have to wait long for that, because after accepting his first job at the guild, he tames a beast known as the ultimate species, which of course no one else can do and is considered impossible. Also, yes, it's just a girl with cat ears. I'm gonna do a quick introduction for each new ultimate species he's gonna tame, and yes, there will be a lot. So this is Kanade, and her special ability is making holes in the ground. We can see Rain getting paid for collecting few medicinal herbs by 50 copper coins. I doubt you can buy anything with that. Also, his other ability as a beast tamer is introduced. Basically, he gets all the powers from every ultimate species he tames, so he's super strong now. And we are back to collecting herbs. A guy that could best probably anyone is doing such dangerous job that it's mostly done by grandmas. But after a while, he knocks out few guys, so I guess I can forgive him. Also, not once, but twice. I'm starting to like him. Rain finally gets some real money for defeating bandits together with a promotion, which is kinda lame. 1 rank for defeating dozens of dangerous guys, but he doesn't complain, so I don't care. And then he finally gets some good rest. No, like, really, is he sleeping or is he dead? I don't think I've ever seen anyone sleep like that. But whatever. Thanks to his beauty sleep, he is capable of defeating and taming new ultimate species. A dragon, or basically just a girl with horns. But she got some cool looking guys, so I can accept that. Her name is Tanya, which is a horrible name, and her specialty is a vomiting flame. Even though it's not stated anywhere, in my humble and modest opinion, these two are great first stepping stones for Rain's harem. And yes, this is going to become a harem because not a single one of those ultimate species is gonna be a guy. Someone definitely jerked to this. And of course, the hero's party is starting to realize how good Rain actually was.
We'll feign an apology, swear we didn't mean what we said, and he'll come crawling back to us.
Right from the start, a new Rain's ability is introduced, where he can transform his consciousness into any beast he wants. This gives me an idea. Could he transform into any of the ultimate species? Because if yes, that would mean he is missing on a golden opportunity to try sex as a woman. He can also use fireball and heal magic, because why not? You may say it's because he tamed a dragon, but it said he could do that even before. And taming the dragon only increased his mana capacity, so shut up. We also learn a bit about Rain's past, which isn't really interesting. Like, I'm not saying that his whole village burning down together with his parents isn't sad, but not original either. Feels weird judging how someone's parents died. Finally, the long-awaited, well, I guess it wasn't more than a minute for you, but whatever. The long-awaited interaction with the hero's party. And the outcome of this is kinda weird, because after Rain declines their offer to rejoin and manages to beat the shit out of them, he still decides to help them with a quest in some woods to retrieve a shield they need for defeating the Demon Lord.
Victory.
But only he with his girls goes in, while the hero stays behind. I couldn't guess this outcome even if I tried to be honest. We already start off in those woods mentioned previously, and the reason why are they so special is that they change their layout in certain time periods, which makes it almost impossible to reach the shield. After several hours of walking in circles, they discover a tree, which is the cause of everything because it creates an illusion barrier over the forest. So basically, someone was just fucking with them. Now, I'm not gonna go into details, but the cause of that are fairies. that live there, and so they created the tree to hide their village, and yes, you guessed it, they are another ultimate species. After meeting with one, she brings them the shield, but then she asks for a favor. Her name is Sora, and her younger sister Runa was kidnapped by a monster, but because the monster is immune to magic, she can't do anything about it, since fairies are strong only because of their magic. Which is fair, I can't really imagine a fairy giving someone a right hook, so they decide to help her. They managed to save Runa, try to act surprised guys, thanks to another Rain's ability that he decided to hide up his ass till now for some reason, where he can boost abilities of any beast he tamed. And then something even more unexpected happens. He tames them both, which means that in one day Rain managed to double the numbers in his harem. Oh, and also the ability he got from this bond is some very exclusive magic, so it's sort of like buying the deluxe edition of life. After giving the shield to the heroes party, they try to make him join them once again, because what if he changed his whole perspective on them in those 2 days? And after rejecting them, Rain decides he's going to defeat the Demon Lord himself. It's not like they do it, at least not in this season, but I just thought it's based as fuck. They visit a weapon shop of this lovely gentleman, and the first thing he does is trying to scam them. And to be honest, I'm not an expert in running a shop, but I don't think scamming all of your customers is the right way to do it. Now, of course, Ren is expert in everything, so he calls the shopkeep out for selling bad weapons intentionally, and his honest response is that he doesn't want to sell his best work to some random guys, and so he hides it only for those able to call his bluff. 10 out of 10 strategy. And since Ren is an honest guy, instead of, I don't know, doing something with it, he makes a deal. If they collect materials needed, the shopkeep is gonna make him personalized weapon. On their way to a mithril mine that is owned by the shopkeep, they make a stop just so we can get some divine talk about boobs, well, mostly just the fairies crying about having small ones, but still, why? When they finally arrive to the mine, they discover that the mithril is being stolen by some random group of people. Later on, they discover that their reason was to get revenge on the shopkeep for selling bad weapons to them. Because that's a good idea. Now, of course, they absolutely destroy them, but one thing is interesting about this fight, and it's Rain having 1v1 against another Beast Tamer with this thing, whatever it is. I have no idea why would he 1v1 it, since those four were just standing outside, well, except Kanade, she eventually came to help, but the rest is still doing shit. I'm gonna guess we just needed something dramatic, because his win was really close. After putting those thieves into jail, they return to the shop, and there they tell all those informations to the shopkeep, just so he can have change of heart. Wow, so sweet. And for that, he makes those promised weapons for Rain. We also see the hero deciding to kill Rain, because reasons, I don't know. I guess his ego was shattered, but is it really necessary to release a demon for that? Also, why does a hero have a ring that contains dangerous demon capable of destroying towns? Rain with the fairies are approached by this gay-ass dude demanding that they become his servants because, you know, he's noble, so why not? And in exchange, Rain beats the shit out of his guards, since the guy himself runs before Rain can show him the true meaning of taking it rough. Now, after greeting with their favorite leader, we learn about the corruption of this town. But to put it simply, that gay dude is son of this town's lord, and he uses money and influence to control the guards, so if anyone complains or tries to do anything about him, they silence them. And we can also add him onto the list of people that want to kill Rain because of reasons. One of the knights approaches Rain, but not to kill him. She's actually one of the few trying to clear the corruption, and she heard Rain trying to do something about it. So she decided to request his help, and of course it's another woman teaming up with Rain. After accepting the offer, they lay a trap and defeat all of the corrupt guards in one day.
That was easy.
I think we should try sending Rain into North Korea. I feel like it would become democratic in 1 week. Our gay guy is super mad at Rain for that, but luckily the hero swoops in and gives him the ring with demon inside. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. It's time to attack the gay guy's mansion, well, at least for some of them, since in the meantime Rain is sneaking into his basement, hoping to pull a surprise attack. But before he gets to that, he finds a cell with another ultimate species, because 4 was just too little for a man like him. But this one looks like a miner, so Rain should be careful, and even though she is supposed to be a demigod, I would say it's just a girl with 3 plugs. Her name is Nina, and her power is magic, I guess. She doesn't show much. We also get to see some of her background, you know, how they kidnapped her, boohoo, who cares, back to some action. They manage to capture the Lord, but the gay guy decides to use his super safe ring with a super safe demon and summons whatever is this, and it takes his soul. Congrats. The demon decides to ditch Rain and instead starts attacking the town, only for Rain and all the others to run back there and start beating the shit out of him. A lot happens during this fight, like the demon summoning his minions, the hero doing absolute shit, Sora and Luna teleporting people to safety, or the entire town uniting to help Rain and his party defeat the demon. But the important stuff is that they win. Nina gets tamed by Rain, and I'm not doing the harem joke with this one because that shit would be weird. Rain decides to finally buy a house, since apparently 6 people sleeping in a small room with 2 beds isn't the most comfortable thing. Unfortunately, the house he buys is haunted by a ghost that just must be a woman with big, shoulder pads? And even though you think ghosts aren't a fucking beast, Rain is just too special, and so he tames her. Unfortunately, even Rain can't clap a ghost, so his harem is still sitting at 4. After that, Rain just says some sentimental stuff and it's a happy ending. To be honest, I kinda enjoyed this one. Even though it doesn't have some super complex story, if you watch it as some sort of distraction, I think you won't be disappointed. To be honest, the reason why I decided to make a video about it is not only that sometimes I feel like it's kinda stupid, but the other deciding factor for me was the hiding scene. Because if it wasn't there, this video probably wouldn't exist, and so I hope you enjoyed it.